Hey, it's Lindsey Baker with Action Hour Podcast on Unchained TV. Today I'm joined by Travis White, a visionary storyteller and vegan lifestyle influencer who's worked behind the scenes with some of the biggest names on social media, including Kim Kardashian. He's the founder of TLW Agency and Rayvent, and he's crafted plant-based values into campaigns for brands like Starbucks, Veggie Grill, and PETA. We're diving into how he blends creativity, advocacy, and impact to inspire a new generation of conscious media. What was it like working with Kim Kardashian, and how did you apply that to your vegan activism?
It was very inspiring and creative, being that she hired me from working on social media, doing a community fan page for her, so to say. So I always loved the aesthetic and the grace of everything that she did. So I took that into consideration and created this page for her, being that I did it as a hobby and I was living in the Midwest still. And I was just doing your normal accounts receivable. I worked on this page probably for about 3 months, and I gained 50,000 followers in the midst of the 3 months, being that I was posting stuff so current to where they thought that I was already working with Kim, even though I wasn't working with her back in 2017.
So let me just stop you for a second so I understand and the audience understands. So you got inspired individually on your own and started a community, which later led you to working for her.
It was really interesting because my first couple of years working for Kim, I was actually remote back in 2021. Once COVID started lighting up a bit and I was working for her for about a couple of years by then, we already built this trust, and I was working on KKW Beauty and KKW Fragrance, and we were already started working on her skincare to where she wanted me to come out to LA, and she was like, it's time for you to leave LA because I want you to come out here and grow within the job with her.
You were not vegan when you started with Kim, but became vegan. Can you talk a little bit about that?
But I was just in a different headspace because COVID kind of transitioned my life in a way to where I felt like I almost died. So I really felt like I almost died to the point I was already analyzing the things that I was eating. I was already analyzing the people that was around me, being that I was in the Midwest. I was kind of grossed out about it. I was just grossed out about eating all of these things. I was already doing almond milk, oat milks and stuff because I'm lactose intolerant. And I really didn't like eggs. So it's just teaching myself and forcing myself to eat vegetables because I was a picky eater. But then I got into social media heavily with the vegan Black influencers, being that I love social media. I was already in a space. So I decided, as I was still transitioning over to this, looking at people, I started seeing people like Tabitha Brown, Dominic Thompson. I seen all of these people that were Black like me, and they were vegan for a long amount of time. And I'm like, oh my God, it was here this whole entire time, and I didn't know about it. So I did the research on my own, and I was just doing a bunch of research during this time and then transitioned. But the reason that I just transitioned all the way over in the midst of 3 months of that time was because I started feeling better mentally. I started feeling better spiritually. And I just felt like this was the path for me to go moving forward. And then afterwards, I started seeing documentaries and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, this is my calling. I have to be vegan. This is my life.
Absolutely. That's an amazing story. And I think it's very inspirational to so many other vegans that are, thinking of ways that they can have an influence. I think you're inspirational in that you have taken what you do best and applied that to start your own vegan charity. And that's TLW Impact, correct? And so tell us a little bit about that journey.
I decided to use my influential power to raise money to give back to the vegan community, whether that's helping the restaurants get more food ingredients for their businesses or just to help their businesses grow, being that I do love to work with the community service, with veterans at the hospital, with Chef Supreme. I just want to help out and give the profits of what the community has given to me back to the community, so to say.
When you worked with Kim for her, I'm sure at times it was pretty intense and, challenging. And what lesson did you learn that you can talk about and how maybe it could be applied for people that really want to make a difference as a vegan influencer or with their, vegan charity or whatever?
But you always have to understand that these are people and they are celebrities. We have public figures, but they're people first. So with them being people, you have to always remember to don't be afraid to ask questions and don't be afraid to say that you don't know how to do this right now, but you could try to figure it out, or always ask for assistance when need to. Like if somebody say that they're gonna give you help when you don't ask for it, please take the help, because that's the best thing that you could actually get is someone actually coming to you saying, look, listen, I want to help you with this because of X, Y, and Z. They're coming to you in accent and telling you that they want to help you. It's because they believe in you. So if anybody comes to you first saying that, they believe in you.
Awesome. Thank you for that message. I'm sure that'll inspire a lot of people. So the next thing I want to talk about is your agency and what you do.
I decided to start my agency, TLW Agency, which is my social media freelancing, because back in 2024, I was laid off from working with Kim due to cut costs and everything. But in the midst of the time when I did get laid off, I still talk to her to this day, and she's very uplifting and inspiring and one of my good friends. So she's always been a mentor for me because she was a mentor first. That's how she brought me on, because never went to school for working on my own business. I went to school for fashion, but that's all I had and that's all I knew. And working for Kim in the midst of that time, everything that I did and learned and gained throughout my achievements, it was literally working with Kim and teaching, figuring out, doing brainstorming and collaborating, and always being okay with taking risks, whether it's going to make or break you. So I just feel like I'm a really good risk taker, being that she told me this and I was afraid of it, but so many people were saying the same thing, and my influence was already working during the time of being in LA. I decided to start my own agency, which was TLW Agency, because I was in LA during this time, and I see and saw and still see that it is a missing part in social media for a couple of the vegan restaurants, the vegan businesses, whether that's food, skincare, etc. They just don't have a lot of social marketing out there because some people just don't know where it is, where to find it, or how to get it. Being that I have connected with so many people in LA, all over the industry, whether that's acting, entertainment, fashion, sports, the story goes on. I have so many resources and collaborations. It only made sense to start doing this for myself because I am a big believer in social media, broadcasting, giving everybody exposure that they need, because social media is the reason why I am here today and why I have this platform. So I feel like I am a living proof of this, being that I want to use my expertise that God have given me to help out everybody else in a more understandable way, but a freelancing way, but it's also a corporate style, being that I was in a corporate system working for Kim for 5 years. I'm utilizing everything that I have learned and trained and have experienced to help out people that are wanting to broadcast more on their social media, whether it is working with celebrity clientele, because I've had some actors that wanted to come out and wanted me to do some strategic social storytelling for them, and doing the whole filming, the production, the photography. These were all things that I learned and that I took on myself that I wanted to help others with.
So let me ask you about helping others. You work with some celebrities, etc. Will you work with up and coming vegans, or will you work with people that are just getting started, even regardless of where they're starting? Maybe they're starting older, maybe they're starting younger. Are you like working with everyone, or are you just kind of focusing in one particular area?
Right now, I'm actually working with everyone, and I don't exclude anyone from my clientele. I always can adjust and connect with them on the budget. I love working with people and asking them what the budget is and what they have in mind. And my latest project that I have been super excited about, working with Dominic Thompson, is just one of my favorite projects that I have done on my agency. And I worked on that and also worked with Asher Brown on his projects. And it's just like these couple of projects are the ideas and the ways that I want to steer into more, being that I'm here for the more global changing versus the celebrity status, if that makes sense. So a couple of the things that I have done that I've been working on was the nonprofit for Asher Brown with the Pro Animal Awards. It was uplifting and inspiring the youth kids to do storytelling and content creation.
Is there another campaign that you'd like to show that helped you feel push the plant-based awareness further?
Yes, I do. So the campaign that I think pushed the vegan camp for me, vegan activists the furthest, is my campaign that came out this year, which is my PETA campaign.
You're always cooing over baby chicks, but you eat chicken.
You love your dog, but you eat hot dogs.
You save whales, but you grill salmon.
You oppose animal poaching,
but you poach eggs for breakfast.
You would never buy fur, but you can't pass up cheese.
There's so much right about you.
So what's wrong with you?
It's just giving people a different light of understanding that the little things of them walking their dogs and stuff, that they love these animals, but they don't love the other animals that they're eating. And to take it as just like as a mental note and understand that these two things are different to you, but they are actually the same. So it's bringing awareness to veganism in a wonderful way, to where that's the type of storytelling that I do. I am an activist that uplifts and inspire people to become vegan. I'm never really into the protest world, but I'm all about sharing love and light and showcasing this in a loving way, to where they decide to transition into it because they were inspired by what they see.
Well, you've done everything from BTS videographer, which is behind the scenes videographer. How do you juggle all of this? Talk about that a little bit.
I love specializing into the campaign of what goes on behind the scenes, being that everyone on social media, for the most part, loves seeing all of these pretty campaigns and everything of the forefront of how we got from point A to B, whether that's a makeup, a fashion photo shoot, or even a short film. But they never see, if not given the access to, the behind the scenes of what was it like creating all of this behind the scenes. I did a lot of behind the scenes storytelling, and that is what boosts a lot of our high engagement when working for Kim and her businesses. And that was something that I was truly passionate about. That's why I specialize as a storyteller, because I capture a story that no one else sees, but that people should witness.
So what was the toughest creative challenge for you so far?
I think the toughest creative challenge for me so far that I'm still working on during this time is working on my own brand, Rayvent, which started off as a bold statement of spreading love and light and being true to who you are. So I started my brand off of a dream, and I have had some of the most amazing people to support my business. Like Kim has supported my sunglasses. Tabitha Brown honestly loves my sunglasses so much, to where I'm friends with her daughter, Talia and Choice, and everybody just have uplifted my brand and have supported it by all means necessary. So I have the celebrities that are inspired and love my brand, like Kim and Lala. And I have the vegan space who is also supporting my brand as well, like Tabitha Brown and Dominic Thompson and John Lewis. So it's like I have all of the people who I looked up to that I was so inspired by.
Well, I would certainly love to buy a pair of your glasses, and on my TikTok, etc., I will support.
Oh my God, thank you.
Of course, of course, of course. So let's see, we do want to that takes us into Tabitha Brown and Kale Crew.
Yeah, so my experience with Tabitha Brown and Kale Crew, it was a bit organic, being that I wasn't even a big influencer in LA during the time, but Tabitha Brown has literally been family to me since I moved here. So since I went to her restaurant when it was here for a short amount of time with Neiman, Kale My Name, when it was located in LA, that's how we started to collaborate, and she started loving on me, loving on my family. And Tabitha was always so true and kind to me. Being that we enter a lot of spaces together, I see her at events, I've seen her at places like at vegan street fairs and stuff like that. We connected so much and we became friends to where she started loving me, trusting me, and just inviting me and sharing some of her space with me. So that's how it's happened, pretty organically. And she is honestly she's my first vegan supporter in LA. And I can say that confidently, which is so mind blowing to me.
That's so great to hear that. Vegans supporting other vegans. I've noticed, and when, I do a lot of UGC stuff, but every single brand I have to make sure it's vegan. And so how do you stay, you work so vastly in so many areas with brands. How do you stay authentic while working with like big brands?
Yeah, so I'm very authentic when it comes to working with brands, and I am very strong-willed when it comes to my lifestyle. Anything that comes towards me that has to do with animals and not vegan, I will tell them that I do not support it and I will not work with you. And I have said this to many brands before in emails, reaching out to me, DMs, to where brands want me to do social media for them. And I have declined this simply because it's not vegan. I will not support it. So I'm very confident in who I am when it comes to this vegan lifestyle that I'm living. I'm very true to it. And I stand on it. So that's what I do. I just turn it down respectfully as well. And people, and I have made myself into this space where people they respect it regardless.
That's great. That's great to hear that. Tell us a little bit about some of the work that you do with TLW Impact.
So I started the campaign this year, and a little of the cover, like I say, I'm raising money to give back to the community of the vegan spaces, whether that is the kids that are in school, and we do need more vegan dishes in schools. So I'm working on this and building the momentum by working with other nonprofit organizations, being that Chef Supreme is one of the partners that I work with the most, with PETA as well. And I am doing things for the community that is helping and showcasing vegan lifestyle and awareness to the community, whether that's giving out meals to all of the veterans who are vegan, or giving out meals to people that are possibly homeless, that are living on Skid Row. So I'm always growing within the community and working and building and showing compassion and just connecting and relating to people built off of what the food is. And they see that it is a place of love, to where it makes the most sense to them to invest into what my nonprofit is about, to give back to the community. And people need to understand that we have to change in order to keep this planet alive, to keep these animals alive, because we are all one together.
We talked about your food journey as from transitioning into vegan, but what was that moment that from your heart made you, realize, maybe what was it, like seeing animal cruelty, or what was that switch for you?
I think honestly, the switch for me had to be the documentary Seaspiracy. So that was one of the first documentaries that I did watch to where I was like, oh my God, like this is actually like life changing. And that what fully made me become vegan. Fast forward, I have been vegan for 5 years now, but
Congratulations.
I must say that after working on this project with Dominic Thompson and Sean Monson, it's called Land of Wolves, the biopic of Dominic Thompson, who is a Chicago vegan activist, author, chef, and athlete. And he is well known in the vegan spaces as well. Like I say, he's one of the greatest Black vegan public figures of our time. And it is an honor to call him a friend, a brother. At this point, I just love him so much after working on this project. So, and the Sean Monson is the creator of Earthlings, which I never seen before until after working on this project.
Yes.
So I watched Earthlings and oh my God. When I say I literally just watched this probably like a couple months ago, and it honestly was terrifying. Like I was just crying hysterically. Like I was already given this information beforehand, but I didn't realize how much it would still affect me, being that I was already 5 years in. But it still affect me as if
Trauma.
I just became vegan. So so it was a really perfect timing to work on such a amazing project, being that I am truly in the path of transitioning from celebrity space to vegan space, because this is my community.
I love that. I mean, we need you, and we need other vegans as well. No, seriously, we do. We do. You're so inspiring, and you could start a tsunami of vegans that really learn to, I think there's a new path. There's so many different groups trying to do good things, but they're not working together. And it takes a new energy coming in and a different approach. And maybe it is just people finding their own small communities. Maybe it isn't, we're all vegans, so we all work together. No, maybe that's not how it works, But I think we need that new blood, and it's so amazing that you're coming in. So you were featured in several articles, Shout Out LA, Voyage, LA Rising Stars, Wander Well Living, Bold Journey, Canvas Rebel, et cetera, et cetera. So, wow, the media has really taken you on, and it's obvious that people are excited about what you're doing. Tell us a little bit about that and how that you feel like that's really furthered your brand.
How it's happening is super organic. These people are seeing me be true to myself, being very honest on social media, because I don't have anything to hide, because my story is my story, just like everyone else's is. So I'm just sharing my story with love and light, but also in the same sense, I'm sharing this to inspire others, because I didn't have a lot of inspiration for myself, because I'm always in my head about things. I have anxiety, and I deal with that very often, to where I do overthink and I overanalyze things. But being that this is my story and this is who I am, I'm super honest and vocal about it, to where people can relate. So the story of people have seen my story of me coming to LA back in 2021 and seeing how I have worked for Kim for the past few years of being here, but also becoming a social media influencer in the same token, but also being kind, which is very rare nowadays. We don't have a lot of kindness around. So being that I want to spread love and light and do this, that's why my publications and my articles is people that are coming to me and they believe in me.
You love your dog, but you eat hot dogs. I think people care about animals but do things to hurt animals because they're just not aware of what they're doing. They were trained growing up that you have pets, however, you need to eat these animals to have protein. For me being vegan, it was super easy. However, when it came to the clothing that I had, those were the things that I had to learn about and had to research a little bit more, being that I do love fashion and design. However, I know that we have so many opportunities out there where these brands are creating vegan and stylish clothes. There's so much right about you. But what's wrong with you? It's super easy for us and we can just do it.
Just like PETA came to me and we started connecting because I started going to their events because they seen all of the work that I was doing on social media. So they believed in my story and they want to share and amplify it for other people to be inspired as well. My first billboard was with PETA, was in New York City in Coney Island. And that was just like a mama I made it moment because it was honestly a dream come true for everything that I thought of as a kid to align with who I am as a person now. Like I said, I'm heavily into the vegan space. I've been here for 5 years and doing it for the rest of my life. And I have worked and become activists doing things like a 10-mile run campaign with PETA to save whales from SeaWorld. And it was really just like I made it proud moment to have a billboard, my first billboard, to be with PETA because it's something that I am truly so passionate about. It's really rewarding to hear from you as well, Lindsey, and from people all over the world. And on TikTok, being that I broadcast live, very often I have touched and changed. Little kids have become vegan because of me. So it's super inspiring that my story is actually doing what I wanted. It's doing the justice that it should be doing. And that's all thanks to God.
I said, just ask you about your community and how people get in touch with you if they want to work with you.
Yeah, so everyone, if they want to connect with me on social media, you can follow me on social media on Instagram, Twitter X, and TikTok at Travis White. So it's super simple. You can support my brand Rayvent on Instagram at Rayvent, Rayvent. You can purchase my brand at rayvent.com. And also, if you would love to support my nonprofit, you can follow us on TLW Impact, and you can share our link in the bio to share the fundraiser. Or you can support us on X and TikTok at iRayvent. And also, you can support my social media agency, TLW Agency, at TLW Agency on Instagram. And you can check out my website at travislwhite.com or rayvent.com.
So I just want to thank everyone for watching. Please, this is such an inspiring podcast today. Please go out and do your thing. What's your last message to everyone?
I would like to say my last message is very simple, but always be kind to others because you never know what someone is going through before or after you cross paths. So be kind and share love and light. Thank you.
All righty. Well, bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.